Welcome to the Winds of Chaos, the Dungeons & Dragons campaign where you can influence the course of the game. You can harness the Winds of Chaos, this nefarious force of change sweeping across the lands of Gondara, by donating bits during the stream to help or hinder our heroes. For 300 bits, our heroes may find a useful, mundane, non-magical item. For 400 or 500 bits, you can buff the monsters that our heroes are facing with a minor or major mutation, respectively. Special thanks to our community's very own Bo the Distance for creating the random monster mutation table that we roll on for these redeems. For 600 bits, you can compel a player character's flaw. 700 bits grants inspiration to one player character. That's a reroll of a d20 during a clutch moment. And for 800 bits, you can make Flutter die roll on the Wild Magic Surge table, our community's favorite. Flutter's character, Kiona, is a wild magic sorcerer. That means that she doesn't have full control over her arcane powers, and every now and then, well, you'll just have to wait and see what happens. Finally, subscribers to the Dungeon Masters channel, that's Twitch TV/GhostPepper, can harness the Winds of Chaos to blow a custom NPC or magic item of appropriate level into the party's path. Please DM me on Discord for more info. Oh, one last thing. If you're a regular supporter of this campaign and redeeming or subscribing or things like that are things that you do fairly regularly, please consider subscribing to our monthly coffee plan. We use the proceeds from that to go directly towards funding improvements to the game, music, artwork, subscriptions to different services that make our game that much better. Any monthly supporters get a free Major Monster Mutation, Wild Magic Surge, custom NPC, or magic item once per month. We really appreciate all of our coffee subscribers, all of our bits redeemers, and every single one of you who watches the game. Please enjoy the show.
Hello, hi friends. Oh, I might need to turn my music down. Hi guys, how are you doing? I think they should hear us. I think they can hear us. Hi.
Maybe.
Can you hear us? We are here.
He's hoping.
But he barely
I just got in here, Peter. I don't know what reference you're talking about.
Uh-oh.
Tried to move my
mic
a little closer. There.
The first thing on my chat is, I'm sure Ghost will get that reference.
Oh, okay. I tried to adjust the volumes a little bit, so hopefully everybody
Was gone
can hear
upstairs
us.
for a week.
Oh, let's never tell him.
Megan says, let's never tell him. I can see it on the stream, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hi, guys. What is up? Hi, Peter. Hi, Squiggy. Striker, my girl, Vinyl. Hello, hello. How are you all doing tonight?
Lenny, how's it going? Oh, my goodness.
Oh my god.
I feel like I haven't chatted with Lenny in forever.
Right? I mean, we should make an effort to go and visit sometime because it's been a very, very long time.
I do hang out on roll-propelled games.
You do.
From time to time.
I lurk there, but I don't chat there a lot or ever. That's what I do everywhere.
Wow. Wow.
No, I just don't chat. I lurk everywhere, but I chat almost nowhere. So, like, I just...
This is true.
This is a thing.
This is true. Yeah. Yeah. We should visit you, Flutter. Your town is way more fun.
Listen, I am not opposed to that, okay?
I actually don't know where Lenny lives right now, but there are a few places that are more fun than where you live. So
right. I mean, it kind of is the point of the place that I live. So, like, the entire point.
Oh, you live in DC. Oh,
Yeah. Not nearly as fun as Vegas.
Fun for certain people.
Right.
I remember
nerds.
I remember an attempt to visit DC one time, but we couldn't actually get into it. We got trapped on
That's
this,
because the Beltway
perimeter freeway.
But it's a good thing you did because you'd have spent all day just trying to find your way around. The roads in DC are awful. Like they go this way, the other way, in and out and over, and nothing knows.
That was the problem we had. We couldn't actually get into it.
Yeah. It was I lived right outside the city for a couple of years and I hated having to drive into the city. Oh my goodness. I would take the metro every time I could.
Yeah.
If I could.
Yeah.
It was because it was just insane to drive in there.
we actually stopped at like a tourism building.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a tourism stop. Like a tourist info center. That's what they're called. Tourist info center. And we asked them for like directions. And they looked at us like we had three heads.
Like, why would you need directions?
We're like, you're a tourist information center. And you're like, you're a tourist and you want information? What?
Yeah, that sounds accurate. Yep.
That killed me. It killed me. Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
To the point where this was the day before this is before smartphones even existed.
Right. This was like barely
so
MapQuest time.
There was no Google Maps. People didn't have like the GPS
on their phone,
on their dashboards in their phone or in their cars even.
Right.
So this was still when everybody was like using maps, right? So we picked up a map from this tourist information center and we still drove around for like 2 more hours trying to get into the city.
It's just impossible.
And then this dude in the car parked at the freeway right beside us was like, hey, can you like give me directions somewhere? And we were like, dude, we've got Ontario plates, like we have no idea where we're going.
What makes you think that we would have a clue?
Yeah, so we gave him our map. We're like, here, you can have this map. You can try to make use of it.
We're over it. We're done.
Yeah.
There you go. Officially washing our hands.
That was funny. Oh boy. I'm sure if he gave it like a real try, but we were on our way somewhere else.
It can be learned.
Let's go to DC for a day.
It's not worth it for a day for sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay. See,
I don't know. There were a lot of things in DC that were cool to see and stuff, but like you can't see as much of it as you want to. Like it's a multiple, like that's a whole week-long experience just seeing some of the stuff there. So I wouldn't get tangled up in that DC traffic for just a couple of hours. I would not do that.
Yeah. Megan's got it. My mom likes to stop at other places on the way to places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A thing I learned.
Yep. We did not go to the White House. If you're paying attention to the discussion, we got nowhere.
There was no inside the city traveling going on.
We saw the freeway in DC. That's what we saw. Because gosh. Welcome, everybody. You might notice that we're a man down. Caller Flumps is down with the sickness.
Wow.
So I'm a teacher. I have to make everything lame. It's my job. It's my I have to ruin everything. But yeah, we've got F's in chat for Mr. Stencil. Mr. Vinyl Stencil. I hope you feel better soon. Pugworth. I've been to the White House, but you didn't poop there? Oh my goodness. You did not poop in the White House. You've got to be kidding me.
What are you thinking?
That is a missed opportunity.
I would feel like that would be the first thing you would want to do there.
Like what I would do is I would hit like the most sus looking like curry place before visiting the White House, and you know, I'll leave the rest to your imagination. But like you gotta.
I'd rather not.
Poor White House aides that have to deal with this on a daily. Like no.
Pug, how are you doing? So, folks, we're going to be playing some Winds of Chaos D&D Sans Cauliflower this evening. It's just going to be a pepper, a fairy, and whatever Wolf is. For
whatever's a good description.
No
I prefer
cauliflower.
Pixie.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Chaos and trouble. That's what I am. So
To be fair, I am pretty furry.
It's true. Look.
Or hairy, whatever.
A pepper,
Hairy.
a pixie, and a furry. That's right.
So while we're distributing some thank yous, I have a roleplay warm-up question for you. And remember in chat, if you have played a character in our campaign, if you've been a guest player in our campaign, or if you have a D&D character that's near and dear to your heart, we would like to hear your answer to this question. And this is a good one tonight. So, what is your character's why? Sorry, I misstated this.
Oh.
What is the narrative reason, the in-universe reason for your character's lowest stat to be their lowest?
Oh, that's a good question.
So I'm not
I like
asking
it.
for your build reason. I want to know the in-universe reason why your character's lowest stat is their lowest.
But what if there's two matching low stats?
Pick one. Pick the one that has the most interesting story.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, Peter's only D&D character is Peter the NPC butler in the Disaster Bastards. So he's got to ask someone. So while everybody is thinking about all of this, I have some thank yous to distribute. First of all, thank you to our coffee subscribers. Those are ATM Zero, Bart Owl, and Bruce Campbell Soup. We are so appreciative of your ongoing support for this campaign. Thanks to your coffee membership, we are able to do a few subscription services like the Roll20, like the Sirenscape for the music that you should be hearing right now. You are. It's just turned down really low on my end. I was having a moment. And the World Anvil that slowly but surely behind the scenes we're putting together, and that currently Wolf uses to keep us all updated on our previous sessions. Second thank you goes to Starborn Striker, aka Megan, and Bo the Distance, who are both regulars in the chat, for being our resident rules lawyers. Anytime something sort of confuses us or something comes up that we're not quite sure how it's supposed to work according to the rules as written, Bo and Megan are huge help to us in looking up the answers so that we don't have to stop the game and do that, and clarifying. We don't always go with what the ultimate
rule states, but yeah, there it is. And then finally, thank you so much to Vinyl Stencil, who is also a regular in the chat here, for helping to organize those bits redeems. So for anybody who redeems bits for the Winds of Chaos, Vinyl is always on hand helping us out. So huge thank you to all those wonderful members of our community, and thank you to all of you chilling in chat, hanging out with us, making memories with us. So let's see what chat said about their rationale, their in-universe rationale for their character's lowest stats. Jakella just isn't the brightest light in the shed. It's true. Yeah, Jakella and Megan, for the time that Megan played Jakella, which was all too brief. It's a shame that campaign didn't work out. But yeah, Jakella was hilarious. She did a fantastic job playing a low intelligence character. Darfin has both low intelligence and low wisdom because he's more of a world-weary cynic who has learned by experience rather than any form of education. And Darfin and Ephema have almost the exact same stats. So that's good to know.
Right? That's interesting.
Megan just has like her own standard array where she's like, no matter what character I'm playing, these are the stats. Fema grew up in the back of Beyond, so she's actually a bit of a country bumpkin. That's why her intel's low. We're 3 for 3 for intelligence dump stats, aren't we?
I
gave Ephema high wisdom, but then I remember it's charisma for warlocks. True. All right. How about Mazra?
Her lowest is wisdom, of course.
Yeah.
I just think that she's like legitimately one of those people who just doesn't have the capacity to like really read people.
Yeah.
There's some people like that. You know, like I don't know if you ever saw that Sherlock show where like he like it's like that where he's like really smart but he just has no idea how to like interface with people.
Like the BBC Sherlock, right?
Yeah, as trash as that show is also, but I mean like, you know.
It was good for a while.
It's
another show. Like we discussed She-Hulk before the session here, and it, like She-Hulk, it's one of those shows where it's like it's good up to a certain point, and then you just stop watching. It's better if you just stop. Yeah, that I agree, Peter. Series 1 and 2 were fantastic. The rest, sharp drop off. Very sharp drop off. So yeah, Mazra definitely kind of strikes me as that. I don't know though, like Mazra isn't quite as like out to lunch when it comes to reading people.
She's very shrewd.
I think Mazra just has this whole blanket like I don't trust you. Mm-hmm. Like introducing yourself to Nikolai as instant suspicion.
Yeah.
Yeah. that pretty much sums her up, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, what about Kiona? What's her lowest stat and why is it her lowest?
Kiona has a tie for her lowest stat currently in strength and wisdom. I choose to explain strength because it's easier, because she was a cowgirl, like a rodeo girl, but she had Birdie to do all the heavy lifting for her. And he did so because, you know, he was infatuated with her. So I think that she probably got away with doing a lot less of the heavy work around the farm than she would have otherwise for that. So she's a little bit of a weakling.
Right. So I took a peek at Foodle's stats, and his Lois, it's a tie between strength and intelligence. So why don't we speculate? On the
Poodle doesn't need a brain when he's got such a big heart.
This is true. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's almost something to that. It's almost like the smarter a person is, the less like empathetic and generous and trusting a person is. I mean generous not in the material sense, but in the like generous in their attitude towards others.
That's why Foodle and Kiona or Majra work so well together, because they're literal opposites.
Yeah, right. And then of course, like strength, he's a gnome.
Yeah.
Right. Little gnomey gnome.
Right.
We got an answer from Lenny here. Alvin's dump stats are intelligence and dexterity. He's a former blacksmith's apprentice from a small village, never had much education or any reason to be sneaky. And Dietrich, whose dump is intelligence, is a boarding school dropout who never had much patience for book learning. Okay. She-Hulk was entertaining in an I can't believe Marvel thinks they're pulling this off. Let's see how bananas it gets. Yes. That's and the last episode. Yes, Lenny, the last episode was one of the strangest things I've ever seen on television. And I felt like I was watching a train wreck in slow motion as I was watching it. Like I almost wanted to just shut it off and be like, Megan, let's just watch something else. But I had to see. I had to see where it was going. All right. She-Hulk or Sherlock? Yes, both. Sherlock drove me nuts because, like, series 4, it was like, wait, is she like a ghost or is she just not dead? You know what I mean? Oh, you watched that, right, Wolf?
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, crazy. Okay, so let's get down to it. We don't have Cauliflums here to keep us on track. So last time, if you type exclamation WOC recap in the chat, you can get a text recap of our previous session. But basically, it ended with Ellidyr coming to talk to you kind of off the record and away from prying eyes and ears about this book bearing Erusian's name that you brought back with you, written in that strange language of the obelisks. You brought that back with you, and Ellidyr took a look at that and delivered some pretty shocking revelations about that book. What were some of the things that you learned about that book?
That I got notes. I have notes. It's called A Grand Cycle, A History, and essentially hints that the world does this repeat thing over and over again, and that the people in the book are the authors over time, trying to record their things about it. And one of those authors, at one point in time, was a Shagraz, a person named Shagraz, who apparently kind of went crazy with the fact that they were tired of it all and decided to make her help me forget. So that's a thing, but we can't put that together yet. And the newest owner of the book was our friend Erusian.
Yeah. Now, just to clarify one thing, the Grand Cycle of History was not like the title of the book, but it is something that Ellidyr said, hey, like all this stuff that's written about in here does point towards this thesis being potentially true.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry. The way I wrote my note was not clear on that, so.
That's okay. That's okay. So what else did you find out? You found out this revelation about Shiraz Shadeheart. the book. What did you find out with regards to your main objective?
Oh, that we need to go to the Vintner Guild mansion. And that it's like a black market situation.
Yeah, because Elagir gave us a ring, and because the book was Erusian's, she's hoping that if we can find something else that may have been attuned, the ring will kind of home in.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're also warned that the Vintners Guild is the Vintners Guild mansion is this sprawling compound located inside like almost a private park within the city, and it's not going to be an easy place to just sort of waltz into and start snooping around and asking questions. So you got the impression there's going to be some preparation that you're going to need to make before going in there to make sure that you get in, get what you need, and get back out. Preferably undetected, because you know, as we kind of discussed before the session, you know that you've kind of become well known among the who's who of the city, and you're these people that have been just waltzing right into the throne room of the royal palace and having all these conferences with the king, and that certainly doesn't escape people's notice, and you're kind of you've kind of become somewhat of celebrities in the city here.
I need to look at my spell sheet. All right.
So you have a few leads that you can follow up on.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, no. Discord, what? Sorry.
Whoops.
Oh, my God. No. It just shut. It just closed. And I was like, listen. Oh, my God. No, legit. Go back in my thing and watch. Oh, the first thing I did was say, oh no, don't do that.
Oh, Pug, I appreciate the support.
Oh my God.
Pug's always got our back.
Right. Oh my God, right.
Oh boy, yeah. So you have a couple of leads to follow up on, and potentially. So if we're looking at this as a so our next sort of dungeon, if you will, is going to be a bit of a non-standard dungeon. It's going to be like a stealth heist kind of adventure, and so. Just for the sake of chat to know, what we talked about behind curtain here was that you're gonna have an opportunity to earn a number of bonuses, whether those are static like +5 to this roll in this situation kind of bonuses, or opportunities to like re-roll a skill check or things like that in certain situations, depending on how you set yourselves up for infiltrating this mansion and snooping around and finding what you want. So, your imagination is your limit for what you could do to prepare for this.
This is a really intriguing and fun sounding thing. But I feel like I don't know what to do. I'm like,
Notes.
Go ahead.
No, I have things that we can probably do.
Oh, good. Good. So lead the way, Mon Capitan.
What? Nope. Okay, so I guess as we're getting ready, probably just having like a little meetup to plan what we're gonna do, and as much as Mantra would just like to walk in, she knows that that's not really going to be a thing. So, I would suggest if we're going to do anything that deals with black market stuff, your friend over in the inn may be a good idea to speak with, given his business of moving goods here and there.
Right, and it does seem an awful lot like we're going to have to talk to him anyway again.
I am planning to go speak with Tinkerbell again to see if her people have any knowledge. And do we know anyone who... Is there like a servants guild or something? Like, if there's anyone we can bribe or...
Right, to get into the mansion.
Roll a history check, Mazar.
I just gotta open my sheet real quick. Okay. Oh, I don't know why that's on advantage, but...
Okay. Well, with the 14, you remember there's no such thing as like a servants guild, because being a servant is not to in any way denigrate domestic servants at all, but or domestic workers at all, certainly. But it's not a skilled craft or trade in the same way as other guilds are. And it's certainly not a labor union, right? In medieval times here. But you do remember having met a couple of servants who served in some high profile households in the city. When you interviewed them to get to the bottom of the mystery about what was going on in Angevin House. So former servants of Angevin House, they would have been, as servants in Angevin House, they would have been like well connected with the upper echelons of like high society, things like that. So you think that might be potentially like a thread that you could pull on.
The other thing we may want to consider is finding out more about this book.
Right. Haven't we been using the archives for some of this? I bet we could find something in there. The city archives. Sorry, I'm trying to also note things, but
I wonder if we could also find... We should look through our things. I'm pretty sure we have some, like, climbing potions, or if we could find some ways to possibly make ourselves unseen. Those sorts of things.
Right. We do have a potion of climbing and a potion of diminution.
We can take an inventory later.
Right. We should do some reconnaissance maybe around the perimeter of the property as well to make sure we have any ways out secure. At least knowledge of them.
Can you still change your face?
I can.
That may be good for possibly doing reconnaissance.
Right, true.
So,
Nope, go ahead.
How do you want to begin? Do you want to go talk to Shiraz yourself?
I mean, I wouldn't mind if you came with me, because sometimes you think about things I don't think about right when I'm talking, and I miss things.
All right. So did all out of character, did all of them see that part in the book where it was talking about, did she like read that out to them?
Kiona would have immediately told
Okay.
Foodle and Mazra about it, especially after their previous discussions. So, but the name in the book is Shagraz, not Shiraz Shadeheart.
Right.
And we have discussed the fact that Kiona does not actually know what her ring is called.
Right.
Technically. So linking the two of them together is not a thing that we would have necessarily done yet.
All right.
The memory thing is the closest thing to being something that might tick for Kiona in that, like, because he forgets.
Right. So I think with him, we should definitely see if he has any knowledge of possible sewer entrances or any information he can give us about the black market trade.
Right, and what's going on there at the mansion. Right. Yeah.
So where do you want to begin?
Well, why don't we go ahead and get that one out of the way, I guess.
All right.
So Mazra and Kiona will go to the back door of Mr. Shadeheart's establishment and enter through the kitchen as usual.
Going through Mr. Shadeheart's back door.
Are you going straight to the back door?
Yep. We know that's what he prefers, so.
He prefers if you enter the back door. Let me just, I'm moving your tokens. Actually, I'm just gonna replace your tokens altogether on this map.
Yes.
Because Woof's HP might not be updating again.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
hoping that if I do a drag and drop, it might be now. I don't have the bar anymore though for some reason.
Oh.
That's weird.
Yeah. I have Kiona's health bar, but not yours.
Right.
Okay. There we go.
That is such a massive establishment. We always come in the back door. It's just great. Just like... Oh, is Tisiphone there guarding the fucking door again? God damn it. All right.
Okay, you can't see that. Do I need to turn on dynamic lighting for everything? You can't see through the wall.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, you find yourself standing before the back door.
Well, there's nothing for it, I guess. So, she'll just go in.
She'll just walk in.
Right. Well, they haven't bothered knocking before either, I don't think. They just open the door.
And you see a small gnome who's in the process of gutting and cleaning and filleting this big old fish right here. And he turns around as you just breezily walk through that back door. Yeah, what are you doing in my kitchen?
Oh, you know, the usual.
The usual.
We have a meeting as usual.
Do you have a meeting?
Yes.
Well, why don't you ever walk through the front door like normal people?
Because his office is closer to the back door.
Just makes sense.
So, just walk. You lazy buggers.
Look, if we did that, we wouldn't get to see your smiling face every time we came in.
You're our favorite part of coming here.
And Ramsey the gnome just grumbles and gets back to work. However, as you are making your way through the kitchen, you see arms folded and wings also folded, but the muscles in those red feathery wings are bunched up tight like a springboard. Is the horned infernal Tisiphone, standing here, arms crossed, seeming to be waiting for you.
Well, here we go.
And to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit today? She says in a strained tone that definitely sounds like she does not find your visit pleasurable.
Well, we have a couple things we'd like to discuss with Mr. Shadeheart. A little bit of pressing business.
Do you?
Now, here's a question, Flutter.
No.
Where's the book right now?
It would be, oh no. Would we have kept it in the bag? Probably. Keep it on our person. We wouldn't leave something like
Masha would
that.
always just keep it somewhere safe, whether it be in the house or in the bag.
Yeah, I think that we would keep it with us for sure. So it's probably in her bag of holding. It's in the bag of holding, though.
Well, Mr. Shadeheart is, I'm afraid, too busy to see you right now. You're just going to have to turn around and run along.
When, pray tell, might he be available to speak to? We can come back later.
Oh, you can tell me what this visit is all about, and I'll relay that information to him. And we'll get back to you when he has an opportunity to see you.
I think he's going to be a bit interested about people possibly muscling in on his underground business.
Oh?
Hmm.
Well, why don't you tell me more?
Because you're not him?
Oh, there's where you're mistaken. When Mr. Shadeheart is busy, I am his voice, and his eyes, and his ears.
Doesn't sound like very much fun.
Not everything is about fun.
Wouldn't you rather be doing
Sometimes he's
something
got to
else
balance
right
the
now?
books.
Fair.
Kiona will be maybe not directly looking at it, but she'll be playing with the ring. Because she is wearing it, and Mr. Shadeheart told her that he sees / gets an idea of what's going on around the ring, or some sort of communication like that. Nebulous being of it. Anyway, so she's kind of, I hate to say this because I know what it's gonna do. She's kind of pushing her energy into trying to make the ring get a hold of Mr. Shadeheart for them.
Okay. So you
Listen, her intelligence and wisdom scores are not high, guys. So
you try to focus the magical energies that are coursing through your blood into the gem on this ring.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just preparing for any possible consequences of having done that.
Well, I'll tell you what. Roll a d20.
Oh no. Okay. All right. Okay. That's fair.
The margin of error is much higher than 1.
12.
12? Okay. You have made great strides in learning to control and harness this strange energy that you are in possession of. And so as you focus your energies into this ring, you feel that familiar sort of vibrating hum in your chest. But you don't lose control as you would have when you first acquired this ring. You manage to keep control, channel some energy into that ring, and Tisiphone, she reaches out her hand towards you and says, "Stop that! Stop doing that!"
What do you mean?
And she kind of looks around furtively. I want you to keep that on the down low when you're in here. You're a terrible influence on him.
A terrible influence on him?
He's not supposed to... I know. It's not what you think. He's supposed to be not dabbling in that sort of thing.
But why?
Wow.
That, I'm afraid, is between Mr. Shadeheart and myself.
Look, we can very easily stop. We just need to talk to him. And it's not about this stuff. It's about something completely different.
Roll a deception check. Because even if you, Mazra, are not intending to talk to Shadeheart about this, you know that you know somebody who is.
Oh,
nice. 30-20.
Oh dang. Okay.
Yeah, baby.
That's a charisma boost I got last level has been very helpful.
All right. She's like rubbing her temples. All right. I will see if he's available to talk to you briefly. As long as the subject of this nonsense does not come up. You're to keep that discussion strictly to business. Do you understand me?
Understood.
She holds out a hand to shake on it.
She'll...
And she holds out a hand for Kiona to shake on it.
Kiona will as she'll slip the ring off and make sure it's in the hand she's not shaking to Tiffany's hand with when she shakes it.
All right. The palm of her hand feels searingly warm, like just on the other side of uncomfortably hot as she shakes your hand.
Good thing that Kiona is
almost
pretty
to the point
resistant to fire.
you feel like, yeah, but it's at a point where even Kiona, who is not resistant to fire, by the way, that's not a thing that you have. Just because you turn your fire damage one.
She is
into
currently
twos,
a tiefling, though. They do have
that's
fire
fair.
resistance.
That's fair.
So thank you.
That is fair. That is fair. So for Mazra, at least, when the handshake ends, you feel like you have to like shake your hand off.
It's a wooden hand, though.
Is a wooden hand. Okay.
A magical wooden hand.
The wooden. You
Poor
look
Ghost
down
Pepper.
at the wooden hand, and
ruining
it
his
has
face.
some like faintly blackened scorch marks. Like nothing that you couldn't like just rub off, right? But the wood is slightly scorched where she was holding on to it.
She looks at him for a moment and then wisely makes a decision not to try and charge Tisiphone for repair.
Yeah, indeed. That is
Doing
wise.
you for damages.
Yeah. Both of you, I would be very much interested if you would roll a religion check.
Oh boy, that's not gonna go well.
Dang. Okay. Okay. And so with that, she just excuse me for a moment. I'm gonna go check on him. And she disappears through this office door here.
Kiona is going to slip the ring back on and turn to Mazra and be like, I don't know what is up with her, but I do not like it.
Should have dipped my hand in holy water.
Can we do that?
Yes, I have a vial on me.
Oh.
I can make it now. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah.
Kiona's turned on by this.
I can consecrate water. Wink, wink.
All right. And after a moment, Tisiphone returns, and she sort of gently shuts the door behind her. He's been getting his rest over the past few days, but I think that he's ready to see you.
Thank you.
You can go right in. Right. And as you enter this office, Shadeheart is sitting in his chair behind his desk, still looking every bit the suave and debonair tavern owner that he is. And Tisiphone enters the room behind and shuts the door. And Shiraz Shadeheart, he's just sort of lounging back in his chair behind his desk. Oh, I thought I'd see you two again.
Indeed. We do enjoy coming back here to visit you.
Oh, I enjoy seeing you come to visit, almost as much as I like to watch you go.
Mm-hmm. She'll kind of giggle, do her a little.
And he'll wink at Mazra.
He gives a patient stare.
Well, Mazra and I ran across a bit of information that we thought might be of some use to you.
Oh, did you?
Kiona will kind of indicate Mazra too. Because the black market stuff is not her, like...
Right.
And Shiraz knows what this team is all about, and his attention very quickly turns to Mazra.
We've been made aware that there's a certain trade of black market goods that move in and out of a certain guild hall here in the city. We were wondering if you have any knowledge of that.
Nope.
Can we insight check this man?
Yep.
We need Foodle for this. Oh my god.
Right? Oh god.
Yeah, that's bad.
Isn't that kind of what you deal in, though?
Come on, Kiona.
God damn.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Kiona, that's a success because you know this guy. You know this guy, and your entire first adventure with him
was in a sewer with the black market stuff.
Basically you ended up getting a tour of his whole literal and figurative underground black market smuggled goods operation. And so Mazra, you're kind of taken aback by his blunt denial, and don't quite know what to make of it. But Kiona, you're just yeah, right.
Yeah. But Mr. Shadeheart, isn't that sort of a big part of your business?
I never said it was in antiquities. That's pretty boring stuff. That's like school stuff.
Well,
I'm all about the school of hard knocks, if you know what I
mean. Indeed. Is there any way that you could get us some information or help us out with maybe a way? She kind of looks at Mazra. She's not sure if she should be asking for a way in or how to phrase the...
Let's just say we're looking for a bit of information on potential, entrances, egresses, what may be moving in and out. Even if you're not particularly interested in that yourself, surely you must know other people who use the area.
Entrances and egresses to and from where?
The Vinters Guild.
And what business do you have with the Vintners Guild?
Well, we're looking for some particular kinds of objects that may have passed through certain people's hands.
What kind of objects?
Well, magical objects, of course.
Something like... Oh, God. Kiona's gonna look at Mazra and indicate the bag.
She's gonna, very subtly just kind of... but...
Mm-hmm.
We're doing some investigating on various magical items for a friend, and unfortunately we it's not exactly in our ability to simply walk in the door, as I'm sure you're well aware.
Oh, I'm well aware of that. You stick out like a sore thumb. I might be able to help you for a price.
Which is?
I haven't decided yet.
Mazra looks hesitant because she already owes someone else an unknown favor at this point.
Right.
But I do enjoy having one up over people.
Is there a way we can help you with that?
Well, not that I can think of right now, but maybe someday I'll come knocking on your door and call in this little favor.
Do you accept a favor from just one of us?
Nope. I will accept a favor, a collective favor from your whole group.
I don't know.
Well, thus is the price.
I think that's acceptable.
All right. It just so happens I do have a little bit of business with the Vintners Guild. A little bit of above table business and a little bit of under table business, if you know what I mean. And I think I can help you out. The Vintners Guild is locked up pretty tight. It's practically a fortress to get into. They've got all sorts of things that they don't want people to see going on in there. Now, I just so happen to have a little something I can give you that might help you out. And he gets up and walks over to his bookshelf. He starts rummaging through a few of the books. Let's see here. No, not this. Oh, here it is. And he pulls this book down off the shelf and he flips it open to a page somewhere about 2/3 of the way through the book. And he pulls out a little folded piece of paper, which he hands over to you. And I just need to add all players to this. And when you unfold it, this is what you see.
That little frowny face.